Hello, welcome to this space. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you have been here before and you decided to stop again, you are the real MVP. Thank you. And if you are new here, no worries. Thank you so much. I'm very happy that you came. So today I'm just going to be sharing something very quickly, and I've decided to title it. So I titled it "When Motivation Turns to Pressure," because it's something that happened to me. As you probably can tell, I'm not my usual self. So I've been going through a lot of rough patches in recent times. Nothing new. Every human being has moments, good moments, bad moments, happy days, sad days, and so on. But like something profound that I learned years back, you may not have control over a bad day, but you definitely have control over your attitude or your reaction to a bad day, like every other day. So I think that has also been an anchor for me. But back to topic. So usually I'm someone who would post online, share snippets of my life.
In life's crazy mix, you shine bright. With your laughter, your dreams, making the world a little brighter year after year. A friend, a sister, a queen on a throne. Your heart's like a garden.
Not necessarily every detail of my life, but just moments, I believe that the world is tough enough and people need a bit of sunshine every now and then. So what's the point, being lamentational or being sordid or moody when people are already going through it? So I just try to maintain a positive outlook, every now and then. I don't believe in pretending. So if I'm not feeling like it, I'm not doing it, which is why I've also been away from online for a while now, because I've not been feeling so great. So back to topic again. For those who know me to this point, you would know that I'm doing some studies abroad. So I've been in the UK for a while now studying. I'm doing development studies, which has been great, by the way. But like I said, I have a lot of other things going on in my life. I still have my work. I still have my non-profit that I run. I have family. I have, just so many things. So I've been under a lot of pressure. And I'm someone also who kind of put a lot of expectations on myself. Purpose is a fleeting thing. So if you are lucky or privileged or blessed to have discovered purpose, I believe that it's something that you should run with and just spend every day contributing something to that purpose, especially when that purpose has anything to do with humanity. I believe all purpose should have something to do with humanity. So every day, even if it's sharing a bit of my humaneness with the next person and so on, I don't believe any action is wasted. Yeah, so that's me on maintaining a positive outlook every day, that kind of thing. So I posted something on my status just when I was beginning to be under a lot of pressure. Most of it pressure I put on myself. But I was, just trying to take it off. And it was a video of myself, just like a compilation of snippets here and there. Most of them happy times, just laughing, joking, dancing, things like that. And then this friend of mine reached out and said, I hope you are studying with the way you are having fun. Remember that the goal is a distinction. And a bell went off in my head. Bang, 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 bang. But I was pissed. Honestly speaking, I believe that this person was coming from a good place. Like they meant no harm. They just felt like maybe because they also know me and know that the spirit of excellence is something I admire. Perhaps they just felt that they should remind me that I should not be playing. Instead, I should be studying. Whatever that meant, honestly. But the line that caught my attention was, remember the goal is distinction. First of all, I don't remember where I sat down with this person to draft a goal to say, oh yes, I'm going for this degree program and the goal is a distinction. Nah, that never happened. Even if it did happen. Now, the thing is that sometimes we mean well, but we are not discerning enough to know that that person is, first of all, not accountable to you. You usually don't love a person more than they love themselves. So you can't mount pressure in the name of motivation. Let me quickly finish the story. So the way, when I read it, like, what? Like, the fact alone that you feel life should be mutually exclusive. That is, if you're having fun, you can't be studying. If you're studying, you can't be having fun. Or there's a way you should present yourself that convinces other people that you are doing certain things. I just found it very ridiculous. First of all, how old am I? I've come this far in life and I have, these are adult decisions that I am making. First of all, you didn't send me here. You didn't have even the littlest contributions to anything, in fact. So I just felt like this person also hasn't earned enough capital to tell me that kind of thing. Now, to be honest, on a normal day, those are not things I'll take seriously. Like, we just joke around and I move on. But remember, the defining factor this time around is the fact that I was already putting a lot of pressure on myself. So I didn't need any external or outside voice to come and tell me what I should be doing or to remind me of a goal that they imagined was my goal. So how did I respond? When I read that message, as I said, a bell went off in my head. And then I responded by saying, oh, thank you. Who says distinction is the goal? The goal is knowledge. We can learn wherever, however, and whenever. Something like that. No pressure on this side. It's all knowledge. Something like that. It was wittier than that. It was wittier than what I just said now. So I just made sure to, number one, I was irritated. But I know that if I wasn't under a lot of pressure already, it wouldn't have meant anything at all. So I knew that there was no point being hard on that person. They didn't mean harm. They meant well. They just were not discerning enough to know that, look, you're talking to an adult, even a child. You can't tell a child not to have fun because you want them to study. It also makes me realize how much we need to rethink how we orchestrate or engineer or administer life. All of this to say that we should be more discerning with people. We should be more sensible and sensitive, even when we think that we are motivating people. Let me confess. One of the things I find really difficult to do is motivating people, hard as it may sound. Because people see me and feel like, oh, you are so encouraging, you are so motivating, you are so inspiring. Yes, I could be inspiring, I could be motivating just by living my life, just by sharing my story, just by sharing knowledge and doing things. But to give direct advice to people or admonition, I run away from it.
Why are you running?
Because I know one of the most unfortunate things sometimes is also unsolicited advice or motivation. One of the things I hardly say is, oh, I know you can do it. No. Noble as it sounds. I know some people might say, they've come again. Yeah, I mean it. What do I say instead? I say things like, just be yourself. You are super the way you are. Believe in you. And, things like that. As opposed to, so just watch language instead of saying, oh, I know you can do it. And I don't know you can do it, to be honest. I just hope you can do it. I hope you can do it. I pray for you to be able to do it. I don't know you can do it. I'm not your creator. I'm not your maker. So I'm not saying we should start, picking our words and things like that. I'm just saying that we should be more circumspect. There's a thin line sometimes between motivation and then putting pressure on people. It's just the same thing like when people get married and we start by saying, oh, this time next year, you're going to have twins. You're going to have a boy. You're going to have a girl. We believe we are praying for them. We believe we are maybe motivating them. But no, they don't need that. They don't need it from you. People who just got married, they have their own goals. They have their lives planned. Sometimes things work out the way we plan. Sometimes they don't. So don't put people under unnecessary pressure, under the guise of advice or prayer. Or if you want to pray for them, go into your corner and pray. If you want me to get a good grade, go into your corner and say, oh, Lord, I commit Aderonke into your hands. She's going to have good grades and blah, blah, blah. You know, don't come to my face and pretend to be motivated. So I believe that I've passed the message. I just didn't know how else to. I just felt like I should share this because I know, as I said earlier, some of us are genuinely interested in other people's successes or what we tag success. And that's another thing about life. Sometimes what is success to you is not success to the other person.
Preach it.
You might be dreaming of a career. The other person is not dreaming of that. You might be dreaming of a family, a certain type of. The person does not. That's not their dream of a family. You might be dreaming of, like that. So we need to be careful. The same thing I tell people when they say, oh, I'm praying for you. And I ask them, what are you praying about? You can ask me for prayer points so that you don't pray amiss. Because I realize that people pray for what they think is missing in your life or what they think you should desire at this point. But it's not always so. Your desire for me is not usually my desire for myself. So it's very important also to ask people, oh, is there anything I can help with? Is there anything that will be helpful to you at this point? Is there any way I can support you? What's your goal? What's your desire? So that I can pray along with you. That type of thing. So that we don't assume. It happens also even in non-profit work or in NGO interventions when sometimes we just assume what people need. We go to a community, we feel like, oh, they must need water because they don't have water. And we start doing this and doing that. But if you only took care to speak to them, to have conversations, to do like a needs assessment for them, you would find out that sometimes what you think they need is actually not what they need. So it's the same thing for ordinary human beings, in our everyday lives. So I hope with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you that sometimes motivation can be pressure and not what we intended for it to be. But I pray, honestly, that we'll all have social intelligence, emotional intelligence, and the necessary discernment to know which is which and to know how to best support people, especially in our corners and in our spaces. Thank you so much for listening to me and taking the time to even consider the little thing that I have offered. Till I see you again another time, keep being human and humane, and then like, comment, share, however this has spoken to you, speak to someone else about it. Bye-bye.
Out of this paradise, I'm talking syncopated.